So yes, my dear students, good morning. So are you ready for today's class? I hope I'm audible and visible to you all. So if I am visible and audible to you all, please send me thumbs up. On my WhatsApp number. Now still 2 minutes are there, so please hurry up. Very good morning, everyone. So last minute is there. I guess my students are very busy and they are not even wake up, I guess, in the morning. This is a very bad thing. So if you're not having good routine at home, so yes, it's 9:10 now. My class starts now. So let me just tell you one thing. You need to keep your books and notebooks along with you and keep a pen with you. So I'm going to dictate you some of the points. I'll give you some of the things to do. Fine. So good morning, my dear students. We are going to have again next class of the first chapter. So we'll be continuing with the part which we have left yesterday. So yesterday, what we have done? So quickly just give me the message with what we are done yesterday. Just key points. I need the small key points. So we are done with first thing which we done with. What is economics? We are done with economics. Yes. Economy. Yes, I received. What else? We done something else also? Yes. Scarcity. What else? What else? So almost these three topics we have covered yesterday. So we'll be continuing with the new topic, and I hope everybody is having books and notebooks along with you. So if you're having books and notebooks along with you, please send me thumbs up. Quickly, quickly, hurry up. Yes, all right. I hope everybody is having books and notebooks along with them. Yes, Okay, so let's continue with today's class. So yesterday we have done what is economy. So I told you there is a system which provide people with a living and earning. So that is economy. In simple terms, we have done this. But for economy, there are certain vital processes. Fine. So what are these vital processes? I'll just make you familiar with this topic. Uh, like we have done in the grade in this grade 10 PCI. So if you remember, we were done with PCI. So here the PCI which we have done in grade 10, that was per capita income. Now this is not valid here. So there is another like words for these. Fine. So PCI, I just made it very simple so that you will be keeping this in your mind in easy way. Fine. So just write down this much of the thing. Then I'll tell you what is another thing here. So my dear students, please avoid if you're calling me. I'm not able to take calls because if you have any kind of issue, please leave a message. I'm just watching out your messages even. Fine. So it is something like discouraging when I'm just getting your calls at the time of teaching. I don't appreciate this. Please leave a message, beta. Please leave a message. I hope there is no issue with my voice, with my video. Because from my side, everything is okay. Okay, you are done with this? So fine, let's continue with the full form of this. So the first thing is here, PCI is here, PCI. P stands for production. So P stands for production here. Now, for next, it is consumption. So here it is consumption. Fine. Here it is consumption. And another thing is I is investment. I is investment. So I guess everybody is done with all these 3 points. So you understand what is this? Yes, I tell you there what is capital formation. It is investment only. Fine. So I've just given you this name and it will be simple one. Fine. So production, consumption, investment. These are the 3 points whenever we are talking about vital process. So I guess this is clear to you. Now, let me just move towards production. So what is production? I told you yesterday, producer is a person who is producing something. It may be in the industry, it may be in the factory, it may be like people, they have small scale industries at home even. So some of the people like tailoring, they are doing some of the like work, they are having boutique also. So kind of they are manufacturing something. They're using the raw material and converting something into the other useful form even. Fine. So production is related with I already told my students, if you remember with grade 10, so there was some like sort of equation I was writing for understanding this thing. So the very, it is not visible to you. There may be the problem with your connection because it is visible to me. Not visible to you still? I hope this is now visible. Little bit. Okay. Fine. Let me just give you, for production, we are always writing the equation like this. This is just a short form and to understand this. Fine. Okay. Fine. Now see. So this RM is raw material. This RM is raw material. So when we process and make some other product out of this. So we call it as finished good. What we call it as finished good. So where we do processing? So in the industry, right? So this process of conversion of raw material into finished goods with the help of processing in the machines in industry, we call it as production. This is in the terms of commerce, how production we are doing. In other words, I already told you, farmer is also doing production of crops. So that is done with natural way. That is done with natural way. So I guess this is clear to you, and everybody has written this. Just write it in simple form. I will provide you notes regarding this even. Fine, dear? So let's now continue with the next thing, that is consumption. I'll explain you that thing. Fine. Okay. So I'm just now going to start with the second vital process of an economy, that is consumption. So we done two words yesterday. One is consumption, another is dear, I will take your doubts in the last 10 minutes like I have taken, but today we have class of 50 minutes. So after 40 minutes, when I'm completed with all these topics, I'll take your doubts. I'll explain it again. Fine, dear? Okay. Now see consumption. So the process, how we are consuming the things, the process through which we are consuming the things, we call it as consumption. ठीक है. सो कंजम्पशन में क्या आता है, जो हम खाने पे लगाते हैं पैसे, ठीक है, हमने जो किसी की सर्विसेज अवेल करी, ठीक है. सो कंजम्पशन में हम अवेल भी करते हैं, प्रोडक्ट्स लेते भी हैं, ठीक है, और प्रोडक्ट्स को यूज भी करते हैं, इवन कंज्यूम भी करते हैं, ठीक है. सो जिस प्रोसेस के थ्रू हम लोग वो चीजें हम लोग ले रहे हैं, खरीद रहे हैं, उसको यूज कर रहे हैं, दैट इज कॉल्ड कंजम्पशन. कंजम्पशन इज बेसिकली कंसर्न्ड विद कंज्यूमर. So we all are consumers. Like I'm giving you some services now. I'm teaching you. This is my service. I'm giving to you. And you are receiving my services. You are in the process of receiving my services. Now, what is that? That is consumption again. So that is also the type of consumption. I hope this is clear to you. Now, next is investment. So let's move to the investment. So for investment, another word is capital formation. My students are very, very smart and they already done with many things earlier, even in the previous videos. So they said, ma'am, investment is also capital formation. So yes, it is capital formation even. I'm just writing in short form. So this N is nation. Fine. I'm just using it like that. For production also I used like that. But you need not to write the short forms because I don't have much space. So I'm writing here like that. Fine. Now, investment. So grade 10 students who are CBSE students, they have earlier even done with this. What is investment? They know. So I just give you in simple words. मेरे पास कुछ पैसा था, ठीक है, मुझे था कि मेरा पैसा और बढ़ जाए, ठीक है. सो ऑप्शंस वर देयर, या तो मैं बैंक में पैसा जमा करवा दूं, मुझे इंटरेस्ट मिल जाएगा, ठीक है. सो वन इज आई एम स्टार्टेड डूइंग सेविंग, ठीक है. सो दैट इज अ थिंग. बट सेविंग यहाँ पे नहीं आएगी, इन्वेस्टमेंट में नहीं आएगी, ठीक है. अब दूसरी चीज है, मेरे पास पैसा था, मुझे बैंक में नहीं लगाना था. बैंक के लिए तो मुझे प्रॉपर सारे डॉक्यूमेंट्स भी देने पड़ेंगे अगर ज्यादा पैसा है तो. नाउ व्हाट आई वाज थिंकिंग कि मुझे क्या करना है, उस पैसे को मैंने क्या करना है, सेव करना है, ठीक है. बट उस पैसे को मैंने किसी एसेट में लगाना है. नाउ व्हाट आर एसेट्स? देयर आर टू टाइप्स ऑफ एसेट्स, ठीक है. एक होता है फिक्स्ड एसेट्स, एक होते हैं फिक्स्ड एसेट. हमने किया हुआ है ऑलरेडी बेटे, फिक्स्ड कैपिटल, वर्किंग कैपिटल. सो सिमिलरली फिक्स्ड एसेट्स एंड which assets? Try at least. So there are many types of assets, but here we are just two types mainly we are doing, and in that also we have in economics only one, that is fixed assets. So fixed assets are like buildings, machines, fine, infrastructure. So all these things, land even. So all these comes under the fixed assets. So जब भी हम अपना पैसा fixed assets में लगाएंगे, ठीक है, तो उसको हम लोग क्या कहते हैं, इन्वेस्टमेंट कहते हैं. And why we call this as capital formation? रीजन इज बीइंग, देखो एक बार ही पैसा लगाना है. मैं सिंपल चीज बताती हूँ. कैम्ब्रिज इंटरनेशनल स्कूल, इट वाज मेड वंस. उसकी बिल्डिंग रेडी होगी, दैट इज अ फिक्स्ड एसेट. फाइन. सो एक बार ही हमने पैसा लगाया, उसके बाद जो पैसा उससे आएगा, we're going to receive again and again. We're going to receive it again and again. So here capital is formed. So capital formation, that is why we are using the word capital formation for investment. So I hope this is clear to you all. So for ICSE students, I feel all these things are clear to you. My dear new students of Cambridge International School, das hua? Jashan, Jasmine, many students were there. Josh, I'm taking your names, dear. Okay, fine, you are understanding all the things. Now, I'm just going to rub all these things and going to start with the next topic. So we are already done with the concept of scarcity. So you have to just write it down, the definition of scarcity, which I've written here. I'm going to rub it from this side. Fine. So note it down, the definition of scarcity. Note it down, the definition of scarcity. Then I'm going to explain you again. So are you done with the definition? Quickly do it. Hurry up, hurry up. So don't waste your time. Hurry up, my dear students. My grade 11 students are very, very smart, I know. So let's do. So scarcity, we are done. Now let me explain this. Fine. So scarcity refers to limitation. I told you deficient, limited. Fine, limited in number. Scarce means less in number. I told you yesterday when there was one term, I told you when demand is greater than supply, then we have scarcity. Yes, I told you yesterday when. Yes. So this is the same thing I am done with you. So refers to the limitation of supply in relation to demand for a commodity. देखो इतनी बड़ी definition लिखने के लिए सिर्फ इतनी सी चीज अगर हम याद कर ले तो it will be all learned. Fine. So when demand is greater than supply, it is called scarcity. What is that? They have mentioned here. Scarcity refers to the limitation of supply in relation to demand for a commodity. Fine. It is clear to you? Fine. So I hope this is clear to everyone. I'm going to wrap this and now going to do the next thing. So next term is now the next term is economic problem. Now the next term is economic problem. It is economic problem. So problem, सबके साथ problem है, तो economy के साथ भी problem होएगी. तो what is the economic problem? I've written definition here. Is a problem of choice. तो सारा पंगा तो choice का ही है अभी. जब भी कुछ भी करना है, स्कूल चूज करना है, कहाँ पे जाना है, पढ़ना कहाँ पे है, कौन सी बुक लेनी है, कौन सा स्ट्रीम लेना है, everywhere the problem is related to choice. फिर बड़े हो गए, उसके बाद शादी करनी है, तब भी चॉइस. सो एवरीवेयर. फिर उसके बाद नेक्स्ट आगे फ्यूचर में कितनी जगह हमें चॉइस करनी पड़ती है. सो सिमिलरली इन इकोनॉमी ऑल्सो वी हैव मेनी प्रॉब्लम्स, एंड दैट प्रॉब्लम इज अगेन economic problem is a problem of choice involving satisfaction of unlimited wants out of limited resources having alternative uses. So पहले ये वाली definition लिखो, फिर आपके मैं key points आपको सारा करवा दूंगी. ठीक है? Just do it for first this thing. Quickly do it. Hurry up, hurry up. I hope you are done with this. Okay. Rhythm is very, very quick. Really nice. I'm feeling very good when my students do everything quickly. Fine. Now, I tell you what is economic problem. So there are certain key points I've written here. You can see reasons. So why we have economic problem. So there are reasons. I've just mentioned USA. So just to make you feel like कि USA को अभी बोला जा रहा है, USA जो है, China is just blaming USA for creating all this COVID-19 situation in the world, and then USA is blaming China. So they are just doing like that. So I'm just using the word USA. So here is nothing that United States of America, we are not taking that. This is USA of economics. That is related to economic problem. So I'll just give you reasons with this. Fine. So the very first thing is, you can see here, that is unlimited wants. So first word that comes under USA is, the reason for economic problem is unlimited wants. So what is the reason? That is unlimited wants. Fine. Now I'm talking about now this limited resources. So limited resources के लिए we got the word that is scarce resources. So we have got the resources which are scarce in nature. Fine. So scarce in nature. So limited resources के लिए word हमने use किया scarce resources. Now, once let me give you from the definition, then I will write all the points here. Fine. So next is A stands for, that is, I'll just highlight with the red pen, red marker. Fine. So this will be alternative uses. So alternative uses. Fine. So I hope all these points are clear. So mark it as 1, 2, and 3. All these points are required when we are writing definition of economic problem. So economic problem is a problem of choice involving satisfaction of unlimited wants out of limited resources having alternative uses. Fine. So I hope this much is clear to you. So you just write down this thing, and I am just going to write full form of USA. So I'll be writing with a different pen. Say this. So this is unlimited wants. Then another is scarce resources. Scarce resources, then alternative. Fine. So all these things are here. So I hope you people are done with this. I hope you people are done with this. Okay, fine. So let's see now. what are unlimited wants? ठीक है, the minute I am like having some wants, I finished with this. I just give you one example. What happens with us? Generally, what we do, एक बारी पैसे हैं हमारे पास, मेरे साथ जनरली व्हाट वी आई एम डूइंग, जब सैलरी आती है, ट्रांजैक्ट होती है हमारे अकाउंट में, तो व्हाट आई वाज ऑलवेज थिंकिंग कि इंटरनेट पे ऑनलाइन शॉपिंग कर लो, बिकॉज वी आर नॉट एबल टू गो नाउ आउट ऑफ द होम. तो व्हाट आई डू, एक चीज खरीदनी है, मिल गई अच्छी, चलो जी उसके साथ में दे आर ऑलवेज फ्लिकरिंग द एडवर्टाइजमेंट्स. फाइन, सो व्हाट आई डू, I just go through other advertisements also. The minute I bought the thing that I require, so after that, what happened? The first want is satisfied, my first need is satisfied. Then what happens? I just start thinking of the next. So it happens with everyone. So are you agree with this? Fine. So we always do like this. So that is why unlimited wants. अनगिनत हमारी जितने तारे हैं उससे ज्यादा हमारी इच्छाएं हैं. ठीक है. सो वी ऑलवेज फील दिस कि वॉन्ट्स कभी खत्म ही नहीं होती, अनलिमिटेड है. मैंने आज कुछ लिया, नेक्स्ट डे मम्मा जी और दे दो जी ये चीज. वी आर नॉट जस्ट सेटिस्फाइड विद ऑल थिंग्स. ठीक है. सो पहला रीजन क्यों है इकोनॉमिक प्रॉब्लम, द रीजन इज दिस अनलिमिटेड वांट. एक इकोनॉमी में कितने लोग रहते हैं, ठीक है, सबकी वांट्स हैं, सबकी वांट्स कुछ पूरी होती हैं, कुछ फिर से नहीं जाग जाती हैं. सो दिस इज हाउ अनलिमिटेड वांट्स वर्क. फाइन. सो दिस इज द रीजन व्हाई इकोनॉमिक प्रॉब्लम इज देयर. नेक्स्ट इज स्कार्स रिसोर्सेज. भाई सब बहुत ज्यादा अमीर तो नहीं है. फाइन. सबके पास रिसोर्सेज तो लिमिटेड है. पापा कोई सबके बहुत ज्यादा रिच तो नहीं है. ठीक है. जो रिच होगा भी वो बोलेगा नहीं बेटा मेरे को तो और चाहिए. ठीक है. सो एवरीबॉडी अगेन वही चीज है, पैसा है बट पैसे के ऑल्टरनेटिव यूजेस भी हैं, एंड उस पैसे को जो हम लोग यूज कर रहे हैं दैट इज लिमिटेड, स्कार्स रिसोर्सेस. सो हमारी वॉन्ट्स अनलिमिटेड है, ठीक है, बट जो पैसा है पॉकेट में वो बहुत ज्यादा कम है. ठीक है. सो दिस इज द रीजन, सेकेंड रीजन इकोनॉमिक प्रॉब्लम. ठीक है. इकोनॉमी है, कंट्री में कितने लोग हैं, अब कितना कुछ है जो हम लोग चाहते हैं करना बट वो नहीं कर पाते बिकॉज ऑफ आर pocket doesn't allow us. Fine. So this is the reason. Now the next thing is alternative uses. Like I've given you example of electricity yesterday. So एक तो चीज है, ठीक है, एक तो पहले ही वो हमारे पास कम है चीज, ऊपर से उसके जी बड़े यूजेस है, बहुत ज्यादा यूजेस है. So alternative uses when are there, so we need to think again and again which resource we which use we have to use at our priority. So priority means कि हमने कौन सी चीज लेनी है. ठीक है. यहाँ पे देखना पड़ेगा. देखो मेरे पास अगर 100 रुपीज है तो कल मेरी इकोनॉमिक्स की क्लास है तो मुझे बुक लेनी है ना पहले. तो अगर मैं वही 100 रुपीज जाऊं बर्गर जाके खा लूं, तो दिस इज समथिंग आई एम टेलिंग अबाउट माई स्टूडेंट खुशवंत. आई गेस ही इज वॉचिंग मी. So Khushwant naughty है, he is very naughty student of mine. So he is always thinking कि नहीं जी पढ़ाई पे नहीं कितना खर्चा करना. तो वो क्या करेगा, वो सीधा जाके आई एम जस्ट गिविंग एग्जाम्पल, आई नो Khushwant is very good student of mine. So he'll be thinking कि मुझे क्या करना है, बर्गर के ऊपर स्पेंड करना है, तो उसके लिए प्रायोरिटी वो बन जाएगी. ठीक है. सो here we have to just see alternative uses are there, but we need to see which thing is on priority for us. ठीक है. अब अगर मैं पढ़ा रही हूँ, मुझे अगर मार्कर चाहिए तो ऑब्वियसली आई हैव टू स्पेंड माई मनी फॉर मार्कर, not for other things. Fine. So this is how we are just talking about all these reasons for the economic problem. So I hope this is clear to you. Next 4 minutes are there, so I'll just do the little bit small topic with you that is related to resources versus human wants. So just open your books, and that is page number 1.3. Let me just do it with you. It's very simple one, not difficult one. Fine. So I guess everybody has opened their books on page number 1.3. On page number 1.3. So let me just write it down. Resources versus human wants. So, what are resources? So, resources are how many? Yes, I have time. I know. I'm going to start with this, and बेटे इसमें भी 5-10 मिनट आराम से लग जाने हैं. So I have to just give you something, right? So resources versus human wants. So resources हमने यहाँ पे किया था क्या है? Resources are what we have resources. So resources are always scarce. So resources are always scarce in nature. This is the first difference I'm writing here. So resources are scarce in nature. And what about wants? Wants are unlimited. So wants are unlimited. Fine, this is the first difference. Another thing is, which is having alternative uses. So resources are having alternative uses. Resources are having alternative uses. And what about demand? This wants. So we have, what we have? Alternative uses? No, we don't have. We have priority. So priority differ for different wants. Fine. So here we have priority. Fine. Just quickly note it down. I'm going to rub the next thing. Then explain you the next thing. So these are the basic differences. Generally, we are like asked in the CBSE exam about all these things in very short, not in very much detail. So if you've gone through your NCERT book, it is quite complex. It is quite complex. Fine. So I'm just making it very easier with this Sandeep Garg book, which I'm using for you guys. Fine. So next thing is meaning of economics. Meaning of economics. Next heading is meaning of economics. So I'm just following all the steps which I got in the book with you guys. Fine. So meaning of economics. Go through your book on page number 1.4. So they have mentioned here, economics is a social science. Economics is a social science. Now, let me just make you understand why we call it as social science. Why we don't call it as simply science. So, if I talk about science के देखो experiments होते हैं, observations होती हैं, we got principles which we apply for science, and purely in the pure sciences we just have like observation, experiment, and practical observation is there. But when we talk about this economics, economics is a social science. Real terms में society में जो भी हमारे पास situations है, we just study economics in that. So that is why we consider economics as a social science. है science, but ये labs में जाके practical perform करके वो नहीं होता यहाँ पे. ठीक है, यहाँ पे क्या है, observations and experiments in real life in the society हम लोग करते हैं. ठीक है, so that is why we call it as social science. Society में perform होने वाला science है. ठीक है, now let me explain you this. Economics is a social science which studies the way a society chooses to use its limited resources. Fine. So हम लोगों ने उन resources को कैसे use करना है, ये हमारी society decide करती है. ठीक है, so India and USA का अगर example ले लें, तो इंडिया में बहुत सी चीजें हमारी सस्ती हैं as compared to US. So this is because of all the things how we just chosen in our society कि हमें limited resources को कैसे manage करना है. So this is dependent upon that. ठीक है, so Again, I'm repeating the first line. Economics is a social science which studies the way a society chooses to use its limited resources. Fine. Next thing is which have alternate uses, जिसके हमारे पास और भी बहुत ज्यादा यूजेस है. ठीक है. So उन सारी चीजों को हमने क्या करना है, सोसाइटी में कैसे उनको यूज करना, लिमिटेड रिसोर्सेज को, वो सारा हमारी सोसाइटी जो है, इकोनॉमी के अंदर जो सोसाइटी है वो डिसाइड करती है हमने कैसे करना है. ठीक है. सो इकोनॉमिक्स इज सोशल साइंस व्हिच टेल्स अस, व्हिच स्टडी विद अस दीज थिंग्स. फाइन. सो लेट्स सी नाउ. टू प्रोड्यूस गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज, ठीक है, एंड टू डिस्ट्रीब्यूट अमंग डिफरेंट ग्रुप्स ऑफ पीपल. अब सोसाइटी के अंदर हमने क्या करना है, जो सोशल स्टडीज है, ठीक है, इकोनॉमिक्स इज सोशल साइंस विच स्टडीज द वे अ सोसाइटी चूजेस टू यूज इट्स लिमिटेड रिसोर्सेज. रिसोर्सेज लिमिटेड है, चॉइस करनी पड़ेगी. फिर ठीक है, चूज करेगी सोसाइटी कैसे हमने उनको यूज करना है. फिर वही रिसोर्सेज को हमने यूज करना है. ठीक है. टू प्रोड्यूस गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज, मैंने उनको क्या करना है, अब मैंने उन सारे रिसोर्सेज को यूज करके क्या करना है, गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज प्रोड्यूस करनी है. ठीक है. एंड उनको इस हिसाब से डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करना है कि जो डिफरेंट ग्रुप्स ऑफ द पीपल है वो उसको बेटर वे में यूज कर लें. ठीक है. सो इकोनॉमी में, सो एंड टू डिस्ट्रीब्यूट देम अमंग डिफरेंट ग्रुप्स ऑफ पीपल. सो सोसाइटी में बहुत से लोग हैं, सबके लिए उन्होंने डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करना है. सो दिस इज व्हाट इकोनॉमिक्स इन simple terms. This is the meaning. Fine. So I've explained you meaning. So I guess everybody is understanding the meaning. So please send me the thumbs up if you're understanding this. Fine. So in the next, you got the blue box, and in that blue box, they have mentioned what is science and what is social science. Again, what I have explained to you. Fine. So that is the same thing. Just go through once. Okay. Fine. So next thing is, what is economics all about? So anybody will tell me what is economics all about? So obviously we are talking about economics, and economics is all about choosing the things, because we are facing scarcity of resources. So economics is always, it is always, that is related to scarcity. Fine. So that is now clear. Now next topic is positive economics and normative economics. This is a little bit complex topic, and I can give you a little bit of this topic today, but we will continue tomorrow. So because I just feel 6 minutes are there. Fine. Afterwards, I have to take your doubts. Fine. So let me see. पॉजिटिव एंड नॉर्मेटिव इकोनॉमिक्स. ठीक है. यहाँ पे वर्ड पॉजिटिव एंड नॉर्मेटिव इकोनॉमिक्स भी है, पॉजिटिव एंड नॉर्मेटिव साइंस भी कहते हैं इसको. ठीक है. देखो बुक में भी आपकी ये चीजें दोनों मेंशन करी है, पॉजिटिव as well as normative economics or science. So it can be called as positive science or it can be called as normative science. Fine. So that is also okay. These are the other names for this. Fine. Next thing is, we will just do the definition for normative as well as positive economics. The very first definition they have given here, positive economics. So positive, everybody know what is positive word understands for? जब हम मान के चलते हैं ये चीज अच्छी होगी, पॉजिटिव रहेगी, ठीक होगी. ठीक है. सो दैट इज पॉजिटिव. नॉर्मेटिव यहाँ पे नेगेटिव नहीं है वर्ड. सो दिस विल बी समथिंग दैट इज रिलेटेड टू जजमेंट्स. ठीक है. हो भी सकता है, नहीं भी हो सकता है. जहाँ पे माइट बी, ought to be, like situation आ जाए तो we call that thing. ठीक है. So अब let's understand what is positive economics. Positive economics studies the facts of life. It deals with things as they are. जो जैसा है वैसे का वैसा accept कर लेना. That is positive science और positive economics. मतलब यहाँ पे जो result आया, fail या pass, whatever. ठीक है. Positive या negative, we are accepting as it is. So this thing is based on truth. Fine. This thing is based on truth. Fine. Next thing is, they mentioned here, positive economics deal with what are the economic problems and how are they actually solved. So हम लोग यहाँ पे क्या फोकस करते हैं, क्या चीज है, कौन सी इकोनॉमिक प्रॉब्लम है हमारी सोसाइटी में. ठीक है. वी अंडरस्टैंड दैट थिंग एंड उनको सॉल्व कैसे करना है. सो दिस इज व्हाट positive economics deal with. Fine. I hope this is clear to you. Now, let me just talk about the normative economics. So, normative economics or normative science, what is that? So, they have mentioned here normative economics tells us what ought to be. मतलब क्या हो सकता है, ठीक है? तो जब ये चीज आ जाए तो we call it as normative economics or normative science. Now, let's talk about the definition of this. They have mentioned here in bold and italic words. Fine. So see here, normative economics deals with what ought to be or how the economic problems should be solved. ठीक है? अब हमारे साथ कोई प्रॉब्लम है, अब सिंपली आपको एग्जांपल देती हूँ. अब क्या है, इट इज लाइक कांग्रेस एंड बीजेपी पार्टीज, दे आर जस्ट ब्लेमिंग ईच अदर. इसने ये नहीं किया, इसने वो नहीं किया, ठीक है, इसको ऐसे करना चाहिए था. अब अगर कांग्रेस कोई स्टेप ले रही है, ठीक है, अगर वो कुछ परफॉर्म कर रही है कोविड-19 को कंट्रोल करने के लिए, ठीक है, तो वो क्या कहा जाएगा, दैट इज पॉजिटिव इकोनॉमिक्स. जो है जैसा है उसको वैसे एक्सेप्ट करके उसके लिए सॉल्यूशन फाइंड कर रही है. सो दैट इज पॉजिटिव इकोनॉमिक्स. सो व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट दिस नॉर्मेटिव इकोनॉमिक्स, अब कांग्रेस कहती है नहीं जी, बीजेपी को ऐसे करना चाहिए था, ठीक है, इनके लिए ये होना चाहिए था. सो नाउ दे आर गेटिंग जजमेंटल विद दिस. सो व्हाट इज दैट? दैट इज नॉर्मेटिव इकोनॉमिक्स. इसको ये करना चाहिए था. मुझे सिंपली आप कहते हो कि मैम का मुझे लेसन अच्छा नहीं लगा, ठीक है, सो मैम को ऐसे करना चाहिए था. सो इन दैट केस यू आर गेटिंग जजमेंटल. सो व्हाट इज दैट? दैट इज नॉर्मेटिव इकोनॉमिक्स. फाइन. सो इफ आई टॉक अबाउट पॉजिटिव, आपने कहा मैम तो बड़ा अच्छा करवा रहे थे, मैम का बड़ा अच्छे से समझ आया, ठीक है, सो इन दैट केस दैट इज पॉजिटिव इकोनॉमिक्स. आपके सामने जो था जैसा था आपने वैसे एक्सेप्ट किया, दैट इज पॉजिटिव इकोनॉमिक्स. Clear? I guess this is clear to you. Now 2 more minutes are there, so I guess I should start taking your doubts. So quickly just send me doubts now, my dear students. So I'm done with today's topic. We will continue with this positive and normative economics with difference tomorrow. Fine. So tell me the points. Production, raw material, process, industry. So I'll just talk about this. Okay, consumption is a process or the pattern through which we consume goods and services. So that is consumption. Fine? Consumption. Let me go through all the things and I will explain you again. So Snehil's doubt is already done. How and where normative economics is used. I told you there when we have to like give some judgments, when we feel there is a improvement area, so in that case we are using normative economics. Fine. So here use is not in our syllabus. This is just for the journal aspect. I'm just telling you. Fine. So where we are using, that is already I told you. Fine. Next is human wants. Second point समझ नहीं आया. Okay, I'll just explain it. Human wants. Human wants में देखो हमारे पास फर्स्ट पॉइंट था कि ह्यूमन वांट्स जो होती हैं अनलिमिटेड होती हैं. दूसरी चीज यहाँ पे हमें प्रायोरिटाइज करना पड़ता है, ठीक है, यहाँ पे हमें चीजें प्रायोरिटाइज करनी पड़ती है. वहां पे क्या सिंपली ऑल्टरनेटिव यूजेस है, हर चीज अलग अलग यूजेस है. यहाँ पे हम लोग एकदम से अपनी ह्यूमन वांट्स मतलब जो भी मेरे मन में वो एकदम से थोड़ी कर लूंगा, ठीक है, तो मुझे वहां पे प्रायोरिटी चूज करना पड़ता है ना. दैट इज द पॉइंट. प्रायोरिटी देनी पड़ती है, कौन सी चीज मेरी पहले इंपॉर्टेंट है. फाइन. क्लियर? सो नेक्स्ट इज okay. So consumption and investment, I guess consumption I already explained to you. Investment is something जहाँ पे हम लोग पैसा लगाते हैं और पैसा इस वे में लगाते हैं. मैंने आपको बोला फिक्स एसेट्स में, लैंड, बिल्डिंग, मशीनरी, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, ठीक है, ये सारी चीजें फिक्स एसेट्स हैं. जब इन चीजों में हम लोग पैसा लगाते हैं तो वी ऑलवेज कॉल इट एज द इन्वेस्टमेंट. उससे क्या होता है, पैसा लगाने से और पैसा हमारे पास फ्यूचर में बनता है. सो कैपिटल फॉर्मेशन ऑल्सो वी कॉल इट एज. So I hope this somebody has asked me this. But one more thing I just want to request you. Please send me your name and class even section, when you're sending your like this doubt. So I'm not able to just announce your name. I can announce your name and it will be good when you're getting your answers even. Fine. So I'll be also happy to announce your name. So please, the next time, if you're sending your doubt, please mention your name. Fine. Okay. Next is meaning of economics. So I already told you it will be like, okay, I'll explain you this. इकोनॉमिक्स इज अ सोशल साइंस. हम लोग क्या कहते हैं, इकोनॉमिक्स क्या है, एक सोशल साइंस है. ठीक है, सोशल साइंस है. तो इसमें हम लोग क्या स्टडी करते हैं, वी स्टडी द वे अ सोसाइटी चूजेस टू यूज इट्स लिमिटेड रिसोर्सेज. एक इकोनॉमी, एक सोसाइटी जो है, उन्होंने किस वे में अपने जो रिसोर्सेज है उनको यूज करना स्टार्ट किया है, सो दैट उनके जो है ऑल्टरनेटिव यूजेस भी थे चीजों के. ठीक है, उनको, ठीक है, और उसके साथ उनको मतलब कंसिडर करके वो क्या कर रहे हैं, गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज को प्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं. एंड किन के लिए प्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं, डिफरेंट ग्रुप्स ऑफ द दोस लाइक different groups of the people who were living in that society. So I guess that is clear to you. So this doubt, I don't know the name of student. So somebody unknown, I just give an answer for that. This question is by Manibha. Manibha, your question is, ma'am, it's mentioned in the book that economics is social science. So why the other name of positive and normative economics is there? They are just talking about social science. We can use the term, but there are some of the parameters. So with that we can use even your business study. They are also considered as art and science, but there is nothing like science or art. Pure science we are not talking about. We are talking about social science, right? So we can use that word, no problem. So even I can give you one more example. When we are using the word ring, so generally what we got in our mind, that is something into the circle. But if you have seen WWE fights or WWF fights, so you have seen boxing ring, that is in the square shape. So there is no confined rule. We are using science here, and why we are using this. Fine. So there is nothing like that. So don't be just get confused with all these things. Fine. I hope this is clear to you, and I've given you some concept even. So next is dear economy and economics is different. Economics is a study, it is a subject. Fine. So economy is a like country. A country का जो system है जिसको हम follow करते हैं, that is economy. It is basically concerned with money, inflows and outflows. Fine. So how we are managing all the resources. So a country का infrastructure जो होगा, that will be the part of infrastructure, how people are earning their living. So all these things are the part of your this economy. And economics is a subject which we are studying. Right? Both are different. Next is, okay, this was the doubt of Rajpreet. So I have given you properly, I guess. Dear, for economics, I guess Muskan, she has asked me this, and I've already explained the meaning of economics. I guess your doubt is already solved. Rhythm Thakur, I guess positive economics is clear to you or not clear still? I've already explained. I have already explained this thing. Aditya, also your doubt is clear, I guess, my dear. This point is already clear to you. Priority. So how we are giving priority? पॉजिटिव इकोनॉमिक्स अगेन आई सेड, जो भी चीज है जैसी है उसको एक्सेप्ट करना. आई हैव गिवन यू ऑलरेडी बेटे. सो पॉजिटिव इकोनॉमिक्स इज जो हमारे पास रिजल्ट्स हैं, जो है दैट इज बेस्ड ऑन ट्रुथ. ठीक है, तो उसको हम लोग कहते हैं पॉजिटिव इकोनॉमिक्स और पॉजिटिव साइंस. फाइन. नॉर्मेटिव में हम लोग ये कहते हैं, क्वेश्चन कर देते हैं काइंड ऑफ, कि ये हो सकता था. ठीक है, so it is concerned with future. So here it is, all the results are already with you and we are just using that. Positive रहेगा. ठीक है, clear है? I guess clear to you. Just wait. Next is okay, Rajpreet, she understood all the things. Okay, next is everybody's doubts are cleared. Still any doubts are there? If you enjoyed your class for today one economics, so you can even send a beautiful message for my praise. Even you can appreciate, give me appreciation, my dear. So if you wish that, fine. I'm already doing best. So up to my level. So if you can encourage us, that is very, very good from your side. Fine, my dear. So I'll be thankful to you. You are very nice students of mine, and I enjoy always with you. So it's like a very good experience to be with you guys. So thank you so much. I guess say this is the last minute here. So I enjoyed with you, and God bless you all. And I feel in the last, I would say, thank you so much. God bless you. Take care of your parents. Love them a lot. And at this time of this COVID-19 pandemic, please don't go outside from your home if it is not necessary. Fine. And take care of your parents and try to do all the things which improve your immunity. So only the solution till date we have is we need to make our immunity very, very strong. And in the last, I would say, pray to God every day so that this pandemic will always finish. Fine. So that we will be all free from all this kind of like disaster like environment. So, okay, thank you so much. God bless you. I'm going to end my class.